This scenario plays out all too often. You're walking down the street in front of a store, minding your own business, cautious as to where you're stepping, yet you slip and fall on snow and ice that's on the sidewalk in front of a commercial business. What do you do? Hi, my name is Peter Lamont, and I'm a business and personal law attorney, and I practice here in the state of New Jersey. Our firm has offices in New Jersey, New York, Colorado, and Puerto Rico. Today I'd like to talk to you about what you should do if you unfortunately slip and fall on snow, ice, or another unsafe condition in front of a commercial property. Oftentimes people slip and fall and they feel embarrassed, and their primary thought is, let me get up and get out of here and I hope nobody saw me. And I understand that. It's happened to me, and I do the same thing. I get up, I look around, did anybody see me? And I hope they didn't, and I move on. But oftentimes, when you slip and fall, especially on snow and ice in front of a business, you might have some legal recourse, especially if you're hurt. And the other unfortunate reality is that when you slip and fall, sometimes you don't even realize you're hurt until the next day when you wake up and you're sore, and then you go to the doctor and you realize that you have a fracture. It's not uncommon that that happens. So if you are the unfortunate victim of a slip and fall in front of a commercial property especially, what should you do? Well, the first thing you should understand is that a commercial landowner has a duty to maintain their sidewalk in a reasonably safe condition, and that means removing snow and ice from the sidewalk that abuts their store. If you fall, you need to document your fall. Now, you don't necessarily have to call the police or an ambulance unless you're seriously hurt. But if you slip and fall, you should at the very least go into the store that you slipped in front of and ask them if you can fill out an accident report or an incident report. Why do you need to do this? Well, it's very important to document that you actually slipped and fell in front of this particular business's property. And the only way to do that is either by calling the police, calling an ambulance, or going in and getting an incident report. So if at first you don't feel as though you've seriously injured, you can get up, you can walk, you should go into the store and file an incident or accident report. If you're fine, then that report goes away and there's no recourse and you're good to go. But in the event that you wake up the next day and you feel that you're injured, whether it's a head injury, concussion, or a bone injury, now at the very least you can go and prove that on a particular day you were walking and you slipped on and fell on ice or snow in front of a particular business. That gives you legal recourse. Now you could sue that business owner. If you don't get that accident report, it is your word against the business owner's word. And when people are faced with lawsuits, even the most honest person is tempted to, bend the truth a bit and say, no, I never saw anyone fall. No, it never happened. Yes, we shoveled all day long. Yes, we salted all day long. It's impossible for this person to have fallen at that time. So the first thing you need to do is you need to file an accident report. Get some sort of proof that you fell in front of this particular location. Next, you should really go home when you're done with your shopping or whatever you're doing and take a physical assessment. How do you really feel? Now that the embarrassment has gone, the adrenaline is over, how do you feel? Are you sore? Does your head hurt? Do you feel nauseous and dizzy? Are you blurry? And you should really kind of take stock of how you feel and make a determination as to whether or not your injuries are severe enough to warrant a trip to the emergency room. If you question whether you should go, you should go. It gives you further documentation that you slipped and fell, and it'll really help you if you are seriously injured. If you don't need to go to the emergency room that same night, you should at the very least, if you're still feeling sore or injured, go to a doctor, your primary care doctor, and alert him as to what happened. And every time that you talk about this accident to someone, especially a doctor or someone in the hospital, You're documenting your fall. You're documenting the facts of what happened to you, where it happened and when it happened. So it's very important to understand that you can't just slip and fall and walk away because of embarrassment and expect to have a solid legal claim against that landlord. Now, if you have questions about this topic or any other legal topic that you'd like to discuss, I encourage you to pick up the phone and give me a call. My number is 973-949-3770, or you can email me directly at peterlamont@peterlamontesq.com. I am very happy to speak directly to you and answer your legal question for you. I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you join us next time. Thank you.